This is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.
What's really good, posters? Welcome to the first episode of Love War Challenges Live. I am MTV Malik. She is Becky at Giftmaster Bex. And of course, we are joined by the one, the only, the Stan, the man, the myth, the legend, Antonio, a.k.a. the Bananas Defender. What's really good, team? How you guys feeling?
What's good, man? I'm excited for this.
I'm excited too. Now check this out. If you guys tuned in early, I'm giving out a free t-shirt. Go ahead, drop your email in the comments, and I'm going to pick one winner. You're going to get your choice of a free t-shirt from thechallengegear.com. That's only if you're watching. After 10 minutes, I'm not taking any more names. All right.
Ooh, it's a good deal right there.
Yo, no doubt. How you guys feel about going live? We're going live now.
Now, here's the question. Can I cuss? Because I cuss a lot.
Well, the thing is, now that we're going live, we got to appeal to a much broader audience. So I don't want to hear no fucking cussing or no fucking foul language at fucking all.
No. Well, fuck that shit.
Exactly, fuck that shit.
Son of a bitch.
Damn, we always say what we want. One of the reasons why we don't do a lot of interviews is because I like to say whatever I want. You know, I trash Josh all the time. Josh comes in and is like, yo, what's good with you guys trashing me? It is what it is. How's you guys' week? Really? Anything interesting?
I finally finished 4 years of college today. Well, yesterday. Finished my last final. Graduating next week, apparently. And September, going for my master's. So it's going to be great.
Yo, congratulations, man. That's pretty fucking major.
Thank you.
Good shit.
Thank you.
Good shit. You actually accomplished something in your fucking meaningless life. Good for you.
I know, right? Like, oh, man. Like, finally something went my way.
All right. Before we go ahead and jump into this episode and start breaking it down, I want to talk to you guys about something very serious. It's going to be my dick.
Oh, Jesus.
And when it comes to making sure my dick is clean the way it should be, I have the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 with a skin-safe technology. Listen to the shit. You can hardly hear it. Make sure you use the right tools for your family jewels. Go ahead and head to manscaped.com and use code LWC for 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped hooked us up. We're gonna hook you guys. We're gonna hook you guys up. The Manscaped 3.0 Lawnmower. It's for shaving your ball hair.
Hey, it works great. I used it in the shower a few days ago, so it did me a solid job.
You didn't decide to use it on that fucking hair of yours?
No, my hair cannot be touched by me or by anyone else unless you are my barber. He's the only one that's touching my hair. I don't care. But it sucks my hair. That's the only bad thing about it.
Your barber don't make house calls?
Not that I know of. I've been asking around for a while, and he's not opening up yet. I don't know. Maybe he has contact with the virus. I have no idea, but shit sucks, man.
All right. Now it's time to go ahead and jump into the 7th episode of season 35, Total Madness. You guys ready to get it in?
Let's
do it.
1 second, guys.
What? Wow, you left us the first sip. Okay.
Fuck that. If we wasn't live, I just cut the shit out.
Priorities. That drink is important right now.
Multitask.
These are facts.
Are you drinking a Corona?
No, I am drinking a Bud Light in a Corona koozie.
Ew. Listen. You're
It's
better
water?
than that. Be better.
Hey,
All right.
hey, I'm limited on supply, so
Let's go ahead and jump into it. So the whole house thinks that Jenna is checked out, and Tori is dead set on nominating herself. Holy Trinity decide to chat it up in the beginning, and Nany comes up with a really good game plan about throwing in Jenny West. If Jenny West is voted in, then Tori will have to go against somebody strong. And if not, there's still the tribunal, so they still got a lot of choices to be made. What do you guys feel about that strategy? Do you guys feel like that was the right way to go? I mean, usually Nany is not known for her astute gameplay. What do you guys make of the Holy Trinity's decision to not throw in Nany? I mean, to throw in Jenny into the elimination against Tori. Becky, why don't you kick it
Jenna.
off? Jenna, whatever. It's too many Jennys and Jennas. It's like fucking 3 of them. Pick one, pick 2, and move the fuck on.
I
Becky.
mean, I think it's kind of messed up for her to say that, Jenny's just going to skate her way to the final. She did skate her way to the final. She went into an elimination and she won. So whether or not it was an easy win or not, I don't like them using that as, oh, she's skating her way there. It's bull. That's bull. I think it's a good strategy, though. Jenny is a strong, strong competitor, and Tori has beat her in the past. So it's very likely that she can beat her again. So I think that it's a solid strategy, but I don't like the way they're presenting it. They should just literally say she's a strong competitor. Stop saying she's skating anything.
Antonio.
I mean, I do believe Jenny West is currently skating to the final. I mean, she's probably one of the best females in the house right now, and no one's going to go up against her. And the only way to really get her out is to put her up against a physical threat, which is Tori. As we've seen last season, Tori took her out, and Nany made some good points. If you're looking at the long term of the game, you have to get the biggest threat out as soon as you can, because if I see Jenny West in a final, I know I'm not going to beat her. So Nany has the great mindset, but the way she's presenting it isn't the best way that's going to get it done.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah, all right. What the fuck ever. All right. Let's talk about the boys rolling up on the Holy Trinity. We seen, Bananas, Kyle, West, all of them rolled up on the Holy Trinity. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What's the plan? Where are your minions? Where are your minions? What do you guys think was the whole point of that whole exchange? Like, they're really not their minions. I'm pretty sure the boys are willing to toss the girls a bone, maybe throw some votes their way because they're going to need it later on in the future. How do you guys feel about the way they rolled up on the Holy Trinity looking for answers and didn't fucking get any? Antonio.
That's the way of the game, though. Everyone talks to everyone during this game, and they just wanted answers. They're just trying to see where their head's at, because come when they got to vote, if they're on the wrong side of the house or if they're on the wrong side of the main group, that puts a target on their back for next week or for next guy elimination. They want to be on the right side. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Them not getting answers, I mean, the Holy Trinity, as we call them, they didn't need to give them answers. They're not obligated to. So I don't see anything wrong with what happened at all.
And Becky?
I mean, I think they're honestly just trying to pick their brains and see where they're all standing. Whether or not it's them trying to, throw them a bone or sincerely trying to work with them, which I doubt, because at the end of the day, I don't think that they consider them to be strong competitors. I think they just are kind of there and having a good time and seeing how they can make things work in their favor, which is very much Wes and Bananas, and that's how they work.
All right. Before we go ahead and move it into nominations, I wanted to know if you guys had any shout-outs you wanted to give to anybody out there. I know that I think I speak for all of us when I say I want to give a big shout-out to Tyler. He couldn't make it tonight. Kind of sucks, but you guys will see him again in the future. And I wanted to give a big shout-out to Lyoko. Always been a good friend of the podcast. Always willing to help out. We appreciate it. We love you, bro. You guys want to shout out anybody else while you guys are here?
Oh, Becky, I'll let you go first.
No, Antonio, we want you to go. We know that you're really, really big in the
You're the
gay
man.
community. You're kind of a big Italian gay icon. Who do you want to shout out? Let them know you're an ally.
All right, I'm just going to go big group-wise, because I know if I say individual names, I'm going to forget someone. I don't want to do that. So if I played any Twitter game with you.
All right, good job on the shout-outs. Let's go ahead and move on to nominations.
Well, okay then.
My God.
So we have a pretty great elimination going on. A pretty great nomination. Tori starts it off top. She wants to go in. And for some reason, the house seems inclined to go ahead and give in to her. And round and around, they're going, and everybody is just getting votes. Everybody just, hey, Tori, yeah, okay, you want to go in? You think it's your time? You want to go in? You think it's your time? That's going pretty well until, my main man, my main dude, Nelson, decides to speak up. And he first starts off really, really nice. He apologizes to Aneesa, and then he just starts digging into Jenna. And of course, because Kayla is a member of this Holy Trinity Alliance, she sticks up for her. And all of a sudden, it leads to a big blowout between Kayla and Nelson. Now, we all know how this turns out, but let me ask you a question. Was Nelson out of line for saying what a lot of people, some people think is true? I don't know anything about no porta potty or anything like that, but in your guys' opinion, was Nelson out of line at this time? Antonio.
Oh, 100%. He said many things that a guy should never really say to a female, regardless of the situation. I do think he's overreacting a lot, especially on a female elimination day. I mean, we've seen Nelson act up before, but I think this is probably one of the worst. He just had no business. It's not whatever happens today isn't affecting his game at all. He's really not aligned with Tori or really anyone in the tribunal. So why does it matter? Why he doesn't really need to speak up on the situation, and he should have just kept his mouth shut and moved on.
Facts. The best thing for him to say was that a fucking thing. It costs nothing to shut the fuck up. Becky.
I mean, I think he should have just left it at the apology and go Tori. Like, do what you need to do. It was way out of line. Everybody knows that I'm not a fan of Kayla, but he was really milking it, and he way over exaggerated. It wasn't a porta potty. Get over it. And it wasn't sex. So I don't like her, but you don't slut shame somebody like that. At this point, she's already embarrassed enough. Like she did it to herself, and she's already embarrassed enough. She doesn't need anybody else kicking her while she's down. It's just wrong.
One of the nastier things that he said during this exchange was, "You are the foulest person in the house." Is that a sentiment that any of you guys agree with? That she's the foulest person in the house?
With Kyle there and Jordan? No.
Antonio.
Negative.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I mean, definitely not person in general. Maybe I'm trying to just think of the females real quick. If you're going females, she might have an argument. But if you go overall house, no.
Foulest?
Who's more foul?
Come on.
Well, I'm just saying. I think if you, my definition of foul is someone that's like caught up in bullshit drama, and I think out of the females, she's in most of that this season.
Okay,
So-
you have a point there.
So you don't think she's the most foul?
My definition of foul is not by what you say; it's just by being involved in bullshit drama, and that's what she's pretty much known for in the challenge. So if I'm looking at just a female cast, I do consider her a good argument for that case.
Foul might be too far. I would say she is definitely one of the messiest girls that we
Yeah, I
have.
think messy is probably a better way of explaining it.
All right. So during this exchange, our boy Bear decides to step in and defend her. Do you guys feel like Bear is actually being genuine in this, or is he playing the long game and trying to put himself in a better position of, getting into bed with Kayla? Becky.
Bear's looking out for Bear. At the end of the day, Bear is it's not even just about hooking up with Kayla. He's also defending himself because he hooked up with her. So by defer, he's the reason why she's the foulest person in the house. Now, I didn't say that, but that kind of is the situation. So I think he's more insulted that now he's being dragged into this fight when he has nothing to do with it, because he's the one technically hooking up with Kayla and doing the dirty mess.
I don't think Bear cares who the hell he hooks up with. I mean, he told Georgia he was talking to his cousin, so I really don't think his background really matters to him. I think the teddy bear came out today. I think he was actually like genuine to Kayla. Like, he felt bad because if you look at it, this is all his fault. Any bad mouthing towards Kayla for like this reason is all on Bear. So I think he genuinely feels bad because, if he, wasn't as forward or, wasn't his own personality for the whole entire season, this doesn't happen.
So after this whole exchange, a lot of the guys in the house get on Nelson for his behavior. I think Nelson showed a little bit of maturity. The fact that he felt like, I know that this bunker is getting to me. It's making me a little crazy. I'm snapping on situations I shouldn't be snapping on. And he was doing too much. So I kind of like that. He kind of owned it a little bit, saying, like, I kind of know I'm tripping. What did you guys make of the boys in the house stepping up and letting him know that he's acting like trash? Antonio.
I'm just shocked he didn't do what he did in his first apology. Apologize first and then bash on someone else. I was just like, wait a minute. All right, is Nelson going to pop off on Corey or what? Like, what's going on here? But, Nelson apologized. Do I believe his apology? Probably not. I mean, it wasn't even to Kayla. Originally, it was just to the guys. But Nelson is a mess and always will be a mess. There's nothing he says affects me anyway. So yeah, I'll just say it with that.
And Becky.
I mean, I think Nelson sometimes, I think with anybody, you kind of get into this thing and you just see red and you don't even think about what you're saying and what you're doing. And then it just takes somebody to smack you out of it, whether it's verbally or physically smacking you out of it, to get you to realize, holy crap, I'm freaking out. And, basically make you chill. I think Corey really looking at him and being like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You need to chill. Like, this whole thing is going crazy. That he finally realized, oh, wow, I'm blowing this up and I am really going crazy. And I'm glad he's admitting it. I don't think it's going to stop him, though, because we all know Nelson is very unstable. We've seen this every season that he does. He flies off the handle. It's how he is every single time.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to club night. Now, not too much is going on. There's really only one incident that makes his way out. And that's going to be Nany versus Aneesa. So, Nany's a little flirty with Casey. Aneesa tries to talk to Casey once Nany leaves. Nany's trying to get into the bathroom. And Aneesa's just like, yo, it's a bad look. They're only going to use the footage that makes you look some kind of way. So just make sure, you're being careful. She didn't badmouth nobody. She wasn't starting shit. What did you guys make of Nany's reaction to Aneesa warning Casey about how she might be perceived on TV? Becky.
It's about that time for a Nany breakdown. This happens every season where she gets to a certain point and she loses it. Completely lost. And I think this is it. And I think she feels very attacked because of this whole situation. And Aneesa is basically calling her out for being overly flirty and, trying to cause Casey issues. But it was more funny to me than anything else, because it's a natural course of Nany, where she's good and she's fun and she's flirty and she's doing this, and then she has a complete breakdown.
And Antonio.
This whole situation is just a big fucking mess, man. It's Nany drunk is always good TV, but I mean, just the whole situation, how it played out, it's never a good look. You don't want to be the one, especially drunk, that's pushing on someone in a relationship. I get, yes, we saw Bear and Kayla do it, but that came off more of a comedy because of Bear's personality. Nany drunk is never a good sign. We've seen so many things happen in the past when she's drunk that it just comes off bad, and it's not a good look for her. But Aneesa stepping in, I think she had the right intention. Nany is her friend. And, Casey's a rookie, so if you want to get on a good side of a rookie at this point in the game, help yourself out. So you can't, it's just a fucking mess.
It's also kind of the level of aggressiveness that Nany was showing towards Casey. Go to the bathroom with me now, right now. It was very back up. And you could see Casey was getting annoyed. She was like, go to the bathroom, Nany, go away. So I give Casey major props for stepping in like that. But the level of aggressiveness that Nany was displaying also made her look really bad. It did not help the situation.
Well, for me, there was a couple of things I didn't like. One, Aneesa probably should have just shut the fuck up. She didn't have to say anything. It wasn't really her place. I do admire what she was doing. I think she was doing the hard thing, the not easy thing, looking out for people. But you didn't have to, because doing stuff like that, when the other person overhears it, then if they get offended, like, yo, you're kind of knocking them. So I understand that. Two, the thing that pisses me off is that the biggest thing that annoys me is that Nany comes in season after season. She's not a bad competitor. There are many females who's not nearly as athletically gifted as her. And she seems to come in and it's like, this is a party or a short vacation. It always seems that way with Nany. Like, she just doesn't take it serious enough, and she just needs to do more. You're letting all of this other stuff, unfocus you. You have the strongest female alliance in the game right now. It's not looking like anything like what Cara and them had last season, but you're in a pretty good position. This is really could be Nany's season to lose. And every season she comes in and it's just her fucking around, being drunk, having to do the apology tour the next morning. Like, it's tiresome. Back at the house, it continues. Wrong, Nany is garbage. So Stephen Carmichael, guess he's not a Nany fan. I don't know. I still have some hope in Nany, but it seems like Nany got to pull her own head out of her ass if she's going to win one of these things. And it gets tired to see the same old crying, borderline pathetic, drunk Nany. We're tired of seeing it. You know what we want to see? We want to see Nany make it into a final and kick some fucking ass. Because more than our faves winning, we love it if somebody who's been working hard for so many years actually goes in and pulls one of these things out. Is it going to be Nany? Probably not. But I wouldn't mind seeing it. Nany and Leroy. Let's go ahead and move on. Back at the house, the fighting continues. And some really nasty things come out of Nany's mouth. She brings up, Aneesa's adult entertainment pass, and she throws noodles. When it comes to Nany, are you guys just fucking over it at this point? Antonio.
This point in the episode, I didn't know who I was annoyed more with, either Nelson or Nany. But, I mean, honestly, throwing the cup of noodles made me laugh. So I think that's why I kind of eased off on Nany towards the later part of the episode. But this episode really wasn't a good look for her. I mean, compared to her best friend, Jenna, I mean, they had two completely different episodes, man. It's insane. But this episode really wasn't Nany's. I don't know. I want to know like her reaction is watching this episode, because it really isn't it.
And Becky.
I mean, watching her not only attack Aneesa, but also go after Jenna, who was just trying to explain to her what happened, and then seeing her just lose her shit. I was like, I haven't seen anybody freak out this much in a while.
Wait until that elimination.
Right? And right? Oh my goodness. But her throwing the noodles, hot noodles. I mean, what is it with her and those cup of noodles? Like, she had that cup of noodles when she was fighting Cam last season. So now she just be carrying around noodles fighting people.
Hey, Negan got his bat, the Ghostbusters got the proton packs, and Nany got a cup of fucking noodles.
It's just a waste of a cup of noodles. You don't throw noodles. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so I mean, it was insane. I was laughing because it was the most ridiculous fight that I've ever seen. And I knew Nany was just going to have to apologize like crazy the next day, because she was going to feel like a whole ass. And she did. So I am not surprised.
Yes, we're all used to seeing the Nany morning after apology tour. So it's just part of it. Now, let's go ahead and move into the Tribunal. So in the Tribunal, we got Jordan, Kayla, and Jenna. They pull in D. Now, D was with the shits. D wasn't fucking around. She was tight. She came in aggressive and let them know, if you put me in, I'm coming back. And pretty much threatens them. I'm going to fuck you guys all up. What did you guys make of D's excessively aggressive behavior? Was you guys feeling it, or was you guys feeling like she was doing too much? Antonio.
I don't think it was too much. I think I think D said the right things. I just think the tribunal flopped. I think they put the wrong 3 people in. It's just so complicated because the words they were saying during the whole tribunal, they're acting like Tori is not in elimination already, and Jordan's sitting right there. So it's just weird. I mean, yes, you want to put a threat.
Streets ain't scared
friend.
of D from Jordan Defender. Yo, that's a fact. D's ready for the shit.
It's just weird because then you have D who's a threat, Kayla who's a friend, and Big T who's a layup. But if you're going into it, if it's either Jenna or a layup, because if I'm Jordan, I'm not gonna put in a threat against Tori. I want Tori to come back. Yeah, you're making a statement, but you're also putting more targets on your back because D could have forgot about night 1. She could be like, you know what? All right, moved on. We made up. It is what it is. But now you put in your back. Yeah, you might have you think you had the last laugh, but in the long run, it's still a game to play. So I just think they flopped on it. But D said what she had to say.
You know what? I really agree with you. I was watching this with the kids, and the kids was like, why are they putting D in there? It doesn't really make sense. And I'm like, Jordan's trying to make a point. He feels like he felt like he was betrayed, and he wants D to know that he still has enough power in this game to fuck you up at some point. It's like D was never going in. At any point, D was never going to go in. It was Jordan making a point. Becky, what's your take?
100% agree. I think it was a manipulation. I think it was a power play. Like, look what I can do. Don't mess with me anymore. This is what you get for not following our game plan. And it was a sad play because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because D was always ready to go in. D doesn't care. I think she was pissed off, and I think that would have put more power into her to win.
Wait, time out. Who said Big T? Bomer said Big T is the next Evelyn. Bomer, I fucks with you, but that's fucking ridiculous. Stop it, 5.
What?
Stop
Bomer
it.
said that?
Bomer, that Big T is the next Evelyn. Look, I like Big T too, but fuck out of here with that. Come on, fam.
Oh, Bomer. Hi, baby. That's my hubby. I love him. Sorry.
Continue.
Got distracted. But no, D is about that. I don't think that she would and I think honestly it would fuel her fire to win if she was put into elimination. But I know for a fact that it was just a power play. It was just a look what I can do on Jordan's part.
I think for this tribunal, though, you have to put someone who's in the middle and gain their numbers. Like, Jordan's been trying for elimination the whole season, and you need numbers on your side if you want to get voted in. I know Tori got her way, but I only think the reason why Tori got her way to have a unanimous vote is because Jordan's in the tribunal. If Jordan's not in, Tori doesn't get in today. No way. Even if she volunteers, because people are putting Tori in today because they realize if they don't do it, Jordan will. And if they're voting for someone else, they're putting a target on their back by voting for someone else.
You know, the next 2 people who's coming into the tribunal, I think totally flopped it out. That's Kayla, who says, I'm willing to go in, you know, if it's like climbing or something like that. And then Big T plays it in like, oh, I'm quiet and weak. Don't you want to save me for like later on for when you have to go in? I like Big T, but I was infuriated the way she played that tribunal. Like, that's not the way to play it. The weak card just about never works. Sure, Jay and Jenna was able to slide with it for a little bit, but even Jay didn't play weak. He's like, oh, I'm always down. Granted, he was puffing his chest out, but at least he didn't play weak. I dislike the whole I'm playing the weak, save me for later. How did you guys feel about the last 2 people in the tribunal, Kayla and Big T? How do you think how did you think it played out for them?
I think Kayla did forget that it was Tori in elimination and Jordan was standing right in front of her because she was like, oh, yeah, well, oops.
That's that Florida shit.
Right. Maybe she was drinking. Maybe she just didn't realize. But I think she was just kind of playing it off like it is what it is. Send me in if you want to. I'm down to get my red skull. Big T, I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted to see that fire in her belly that she had early in the season saying, I'm ready to go in. I want to prove myself. And I didn't see that this episode. And I know she wants to stay, but I want to see that fire back in her belly. Right now, she's being kind of the nice girl. And I need her to bring that bad girl back. You know, not too much. I don't want her to lose her good girl because she is a good girl. But I want her to have that little bit of a backbone again.
Antonio.
Well, Kayla going into this, I I think she was probably shocked because she realized her two friends were in there, and she knew whatever she said didn't really matter because she would have got her way at the end. But you guys are disappointed in Big T. I'm actually happy on what she said. I think she said exactly what she needed to say. But listen though, because maybe Big T isn't ready to go into that. Maybe she didn't want to go against Tori because Tori is a big threat. Look at the other two girls in Tribunal. It's a females day. Don't forget that. So it's Jenna and Nany. If I'm Big T, who do I have the best chance to win against? Tori, Jenna, or Nany? Definitely not Tori. So if I tell Jenna and Nany I'm the weakest girl in the house, don't put me in yet because I could go up against you. Back in my head, if I'm Jenna and Nany, oh shit, why do I want to go up against a girl like Bailey or Casey or I don't know what the girls like?
Yo, Antonio, yo, gay papa shit said, skip Antonio's opinion. It's always wrong. XO, XO.
Wow. All right. But like,
Word,
what
gay
I'm saying
being
though
problematic
is
on social media? Who would have figured?
Who knew?
But what I'm saying though, it's right because Big T doesn't have a chance against Tori. I mean, yes, neither did Jenna at this point, but in this game, you get to win an elimination. And if I'm Big T, I have a better chance against Nany and Jenna. She said what she needed to say. I'm not upset with what she said at all.
All right. Fair enough. Up next is going to be Zach and Jenna. So we all seen the call. Zach calls and displays some questionable behavior of how he treated Jenna. Let me ask you a question. What do you guys think? How can I put this? How about this? How did that phone call make you feel? Becky, you're the woman of the group.
As a female, it was jarring. When you look at that and you see that, it's just, you look at Jenna and you go, oh, you just want to put her in bubble wrap and protect her because she's just innocent. You just want to protect her. And I think Zach is just really good at manipulating the situation and turning it on her and making this about what she's doing to him. And he doesn't care about how this is anything to her. It's just not fair. And it's just sad.
I have a house. I have a house.
Yes, right? He gone kicked her out of the house already. Oh my God. But yeah, no. And 95% of the time, gentlemen, the women get the house at the end. So come on now.
Let me tell you something from my personal behavior. I live here with my girlfriend, soon to be wife, more sooner than later. And our 6 daughters. Let me tell you something. This ain't my house. I just paid the rent. I had to build my sound studio in the fucking garage. It ain't my house. So the fact that I'm not the hugest Zach fan, but I was so disappointed in his behavior. You got to treat, this is the person you're supposed to be in love with, that you're going to propose to. This is how you speak to her. And you're on TV. Lord knows what happens in the house. I don't want to cast judgments because we've all been in fights with significant others that hasn't been great. But Jesus Christ, man, you can't treat people like that. And the fact that he was willing to talk like this on TV directly to her, he obviously gave 0 fucks. Antonio, how did this exchange make you feel? Yes, Gabe. 6 kids, all daughters. Hold on.
This is just hard to watch given, if you're active on social media, you know what happens in their future. So it's just hard to see it play through. But now let's look at Zach's past. Zach ain't an angel. He ain't a sweetheart. I mean, I can only remember a few seasons ago, he called her Brooke. While,
it wasn't even that long ago.
I know, but, it's insane. Basically the same situation, but, but if they were broken up, you can't blame her. I mean, as Ross from Friends always says, we were on a break. So if they were on a break, you can't be, yes, you can be upset, but you can't force the person to come home. And Zach's been in that challenge house. He knows the behavior. He knows what goes on. And to get into someone's head like that, especially you're a significant other who's trying to win $500,000. Don't let me get me started. I've been drinking all day today.
First off, I've never seen Friends, so I don't know what the whole we was on a break.
I haven't watched Friends either, but I know the reference.
What? Oh my god.
I'm
I know
sorry.
it was Ross and Rachel. They were on a break.
All right, whatever.
But I'm going to say this right now. I am sure that Zach was no saint while they were broken up.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
am
saying.
sure if she went through his DMs, that he would have little groupies all up in his DMs talking to him. And she didn't go on and fucking rail him while he was on a season. You were cheating on me. No,
Facts.
because Jenna has common sense.
Straight up and down, Zach does not have a leg to stand on. You actually cheated. Oh, what? So it might have happened to you? I mean, and Jenna doesn't seem like the cheating type. Guess what? You gave Jenna to these streets. She wanted to be with you. Jenna was with the streets, and you mad because the streets heard they were with her. It hurts, don't it? Yeah, it hurts. But you let it happen. It is your fault. You can't be mad about what the streets did. You can't be mad about what the streets did.
You let that bird
Zach
fly.
slept with
and she
Kyle.
flew.
Jenna still loves him. Gabe, what the fuck?
Wait,
That's
where are you seeing these comments? I don't see anything.
you don't see
think
it
it's on
because
Periscope.
you're not special. No, I have the app to see the questions, and Zach slept with Kyle. That's not true, is it?
There was
Not
a
that I know
rumor.
of.
There was a rumor.
No,
that
who
they
started this
together.
rumor? Come on, now that's really
These-
that's far out there. The streets, aka Corey. Yo, Gabe is on a fucking roll today. Let's-
You can't do this shit when we do regular podcasts. That's why live is better.
Honestly-
live does have its advantages. Let's go
I'll leave it
ahead,
to Gabe to make all the funny comments.
right? Let's go ahead and move into Purgatory. The lights go off. Everybody comes down. We see a wheelbarrow. We see grates. It looks like this is going to be a live one. Not really a headbanger, but this one looks like it is going to be work. TJ asks who wants to come down. Jenna says, well, I don't want to be here if this is all going to be if it's all going to be a waste. She knows she got to get home to Zach as soon as possible. So if she loses, she loses. But if she stays, she has a red scar, has a reason to stay. She votes herself in. I fucking love that move. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I think she is embodying the spirit of total madness, where she just says, I'm going to go in and get it done, or I'm going home. How did Jenna voting herself into elimination make you feel, Antonio?
So I've been watching Big Brother 20, like just starting yesterday. I'm already halfway through, because I want to just know these rookies a little bit more and whatever. And pretty much all day I've been hearing Caitlyn from Big Brother 20 say it's all in the higher good. So I think Jenna, like,
It's all the higher good.
it's like
Rather
basically
than
like
the
whatever,
greater
like
good?
whatever happens, like it's meant to be or whatever.
Oh, the
So-
white version of it is what it is. Gotcha.
I guess.
That works.
So I think the way Jenna like went into it is like, all right, if I nominate myself and I try my best, if I lose, it's meant to be. If I win, it's meant to be for me to stay. And I think it's the right call regardless because of what's going on with her. I do think without the Zach drama, it's a bad call because you don't want to, like, especially against Tori, who could be a number for you. Honestly, going into it, I knew it was gonna be close, but I didn't think Jenna was gonna win. But I can't blame her for her nominating herself.
Becky.
Sorry, someone just closed the door really loudly in my house. But anyway, I actually was super excited, and I was very upset watching every single person, from Nelson to Tori, literally counting Jenna out before she even had a chance to make the decision for herself. That's the thing that always really irritates me. Jenna's a competitor, and she wants to fight. And I think, honestly, she wants that $1 million, and she knows that Zach's going to be fine. That's, in my mind, she's like, he'll be fine. He'll get over
Really?
it.
Because it seems like Zach is losing his shit right about now.
I think Jenna doesn't care. I think she's like, if I come home with $1 million, he'll calm the fuck down.
$1 million
So-
does buy a lot of shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, come on now. Let the girl make her money. Stop stressing her out. Stop being paranoid because you want it to be a dog. And she, for some reason, loves your dog ass. And she will not leave you.
I mean,
Just
Zach has to be so fucking lucky. You have a beautiful model status woman willing to put up with your shit. say thank you, put a ring on it, and be happy that you did the smart thing and marry somebody who's too good for you.
And the fact that he's threatening, like, we're not going to get engaged anymore. I guess that, the way she was saying they were
That's
planning on getting
toxic as
engaged.
fuck.
And he was like, you know what? We're not going to do it anymore. That's some, I'm not going to lie. Kayla had its truth when she said that is bullying. That is blackmail. That's bullshit. You can't do that to somebody, especially somebody like Jenna, who obviously has done everything to try and make this relationship work. Look what happened last season when he tried to call security on her.
Oh, be Grizzly. Zach probably beats her. There's no evidence of that. Come on. I understand we don't like the guy, but we can't put out allegations like that.
I'm just going to go out on a limb. And because I know we're giving Zach a lot of hate, I just don't want to be the part of the bash Zach train. I just want to say one nice thing about him. I do think could be all the heat of the moment. No, not about him.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it. You don't gotta defend him, man.
No,
just don't do it.
No, let me just
Walk
say what
away
I gotta
from
say.
defending him right now.
Worst case, I'll get hate. I'll deal with it. I don't care. I do think, because if you look, yes, we're seeing it all in like an episode or two, but if you think about it, it all happened in a span of 3 to 4 days, and it's we know Zach, he's a piece of shit. I mean, I'm gonna admit it. I mean, I know but it could be in the heat of the moment. I fucking hate you for laughing.
I warned you. I don't know why you're defending him.
It's hard to say it, but like I just feel like we should, so we're not all attacking him. Because I mean, just in case Jenna or Zach want to come on, we can say we said one nice thing. But I think it could be in the heat of the moment. I do want to see next week, like how if he does another call about hearing Zach about if she won an elimination. So it's gonna be fun to see, I guess. I just hope it just dies down over the weeks.
Listen,
honestly, this is a better relationship storyline than what we have in the house. So,
other ones are non-existent.
I do feel what you're saying, Antonio. You don't want to join the bash Zach train, even if it does seem like he deserves it. And I wanted to say that, like I said, we've all had arguments with our significant others. Sometimes, and in those situations, we're not the best versions of ourselves. But that doesn't really make it okay. Like, I understand things are heated. You're kind of confused. You don't know what's going on. You got a lot of information you don't like. I get that. But if this is the person you love, the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, you have to take that into consideration. I'm not here to beat Zach over the head about it either. But I think there's no problem in saying that from what we saw on TV, what was coming from him, it was trash. I'm not saying he's trash forever or let's cancel him, call his job. If you see him in the street, try to fight him or anything like that. But
this ain't Big Brother.
I don't know what that means. But let's go ahead and talk about this elimination. This elimination was a good one. It had a lot of endurance. It was close. Jenna came out on top. How did you guys feel about everybody doubting Jenna, saying she checked out? A lot of people thought Nelson was one of the main people who said, like, you guys are giving her a red skull like it was any of his fucking business whatsoever. How does Jenna walking away with this win make you guys feel? Becky?
I am actually really happy about it because at the end of the day, I think it just shuts everybody up with this whole underestimating people. Shut up. Stop doing it. Give people an opportunity to show you. With the whole situation, I loved Tori. I'm not a fan of her this season, mostly because I just feel like there's been a change in her and the way she's playing this game. I miss the fun-loving Tori, the one that was there to have a good time, the one that put on, what was it, on Dirty 30, where she was like walking around with a mustache.
You sound like the people who say, oh, we miss the old Cara.
Oh, baby. But I miss the old Tori. It's merely a fact. I miss the Tori who was there to have fun and win, and now it's all, I'm
real quick,
this big badass.
You miss rapping Tori over singing Tori?
I do love a rapping Tori.
Yo, Tori got bars, motherfucking spitting.
You got to give her a little bit of respect. She got that shit. But I think I miss the way she used to play. I think she is either taking this game too seriously, or if she's just too high on her own stuff right now, that she really thinks that she's done something in the game. She really hasn't done much. And I think I think that Jenna needed to be the one to tell her, you're not unbeatable. And even though I'm having all these problems, I beat you. Don't underestimate anybody, ever.
All right. And Antonio?
I'm happy for Jenna winning. She deserved it. I think elimination like this would honestly best suited her because she was able to break things. And I think she took all of her frustration now on Zach, on Brooke, on Zach's Bumble account. And every time she was like smashing those breaks, like that was in the back of her mind, like, fuck Zach, fuck this. Like, and that's why she won. Like, she took her anger out. And you have to thank Zach for her win today. Because literally we saw her anger basically come out and she kept her cool. I mean, it sucks that Tori went home. You know, I was really rooting for her to win. I honestly thought going into the season, this was her season to win because she's basically going into it like the best all-around female, I would say. If you look at elimination-wise and challenge-wise, she takes it hands down. It just sucks to see a good competitor go. But, you know, it is what it is. It's the challenge. And, yeah, you got to take it.
All right. What do you guys make? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm a pretty happy person. Not too much stuff, you know, like pisses me off. Like, you know, I get it. Not a big deal. But one of the things that really buttered my biscuit was Jordan just losing his shit while he's yelling at Tori to do something. And she is totally ignoring all of the advice. Although good, just totally ignoring everything he said. Jordan's behavior during this elimination, I don't think it was too bad. I know that he was trying to help Tori out, only had the best of intentions. How did you guys think of Jordan's behavior during this elimination? Becky?
Oh, you mean his very encouraging behavior, the one that he likes to do with everybody in the house, that everybody handles so well. He obviously needs to understand that the way he speaks to people and the way he coaches people doesn't work. Because if you're going to scream at me like that, I'm not going to listen. I don't want to hear you screaming at me and pretty much calling me an idiot with your tone. Like, he was freaking fuck out. He was not being supportive at all. And it was frustrating for me to see, like, because, you know, you think of it this way. They portray this really supportive, happy couple. And maybe they are. Maybe when they're not in a competition setting, they're really super, like, connected. But he showed who he is.
What does that mean? Situation. Really, like, connected?
Like that they're just really super supportive and encouraging.
How's that a bad thing? How are we making fun of that?
He gets in competitive stance and he treats her like garbage.
Gabe said, imagine Jordan coaching Little League. Y'all can't with Gabe right now.
Sorry, I just imagined it in my head.
Ooh,
holy shit.
hey, B Grizzly. Chill.
What do you say?
None of your damn business. Antonio, Jordan's behavior.
I'm watching
Let's talk.
Well, Jordan's behavior, I do think compared, if you want to look at Tori and anyone else in elimination, Jordan he's more vocal when Tori was in it, but you can't blame him. Yes, he was extra, but I don't think he was really extra. I mean, and I don't think he was really calling Tori an idiot. I think he was motivated. It's his fiance out there. You want your fiance to win, so you're going to do whatever you can. And honestly, I'm the same way. Motivating. If people don't hear me and I'm trying to motivate them, I'm going to speak louder. And I can see why he was yelling. But he was saying the right things. It's not like he was saying, like, degrading things. He was just saying, smash it this way. Do it that way. He wasn't saying, Tori, you're a fucking idiot. Stop smashing it that way. No, he was just saying, Tori, smash it this way.
His advice was right.
It's not what you say.
Though. You can't.
It's how you say it.
Dude, but you can't expect him to whisper and just stand there. Number one,
no, there's a way to yell it encouragingly, not sounding like a douchebag.
But look at who Jordan is. You can't expect someone to just do a complete 180 like that. No, he was more motivated into helping Tori. That's his fiance. You can't knock on someone.
He obviously didn't motivate her very well because she lost.
I mean, Tori lost because of how she played the game in the beginning. She tried putting big bricks through the hole, and that was wasting so much time. Jenna was full full cycle, just smashing. Tori for the first 5 minutes as we saw, she's trying to put big pieces in. That was a time killer. If Tori does what Jenna did from the first second, Tori wins hands down.
I think you're giving that too much credit.
The outcome was this close. Take away like 3 seconds of Tori smashing it, she wins.
All right. So.
We're just not going to agree with you, Tony.
Yo, everybody's opinion is their own. But Jenna gets the win over Tori. Very, very big surprise. At the end of the episode, Corey says something very intriguing. He says, Jordan just lost his number one. He is vulnerable. It's time to get his ass the fuck out. No matter what you think of Corey, that's the smartest fucking thing I ever heard him say. He is 100% right. If Jordan makes a final, unless your name is Johnny Bananas or CT, and CT is a big maybe because we see what happened in Dirty 30, if Jordan makes a final, guess what? You lose. I said again, if Jordan makes a final, you lose. The only other person who's really could be up there is a Johnny Bananas, maybe Turbo, but his body of work is so small. It doesn't really stack up yet, even though it was impressive and what may have been what was the hardest final ever. Do you guys think it's time for the house to turn on Jordan and get him the fuck up out of here? Bananas?
Obviously.
Let me tell you first, Malik, I don't appreciate you pointing your finger in my face.
Not
Stop
your
pointing
face.
at me.
It's all up in the camera's face.
All right, Antonio, go ahead and continue. I just wanted to point out at the finger.
When you go into a challenge, the goal is to take out your biggest threat. Jordan, Bananas, Wes, CT, any big vet that has won a final before should be a target day one. Like, yes, I'm a big Bananas fan. Do I think he should still be in this game right now? No. If I'm going into the game, you want to go at your biggest target. People who are good at finals. That's why Bananas he's been going home early because he's good at finals. This season, he's just a great social game. That's what's keeping him safe. But going into it, you want to take out the person who's going to beat you in a final. Because you want to win. Why do you want to go to a final with someone that has a great final record? Why do you want to go to a final with someone?
Because to compete against the best. Isn't that's what it is? Compete against the best.
If you're gonna lose, I'd rather lose to the best. But if you're gonna do it that way,
honestly, that works seasons ago, where the prize money was, $50,000, $100,000. When you see $500,000,
it hasn't been that way. It hasn't been that way for a while. MTV almost killed Big Easy for 10 bands. So,
right. Rivals 3 was $125,000.
Yeah, mixed between like 12 people.
No, Rivals 3 it was 2 people. Banana stole 125. So that's 250. That's a quarter of $1,000,000.
Okay.
But he stole, so he would have originally got an eighth of it. Now you have $500,000.
An eighth.
Like, that's a big difference. That is life-changing money. Yes, $100,000 is what, probably a year to 2 salary. $500,000 or plus, that is life-changing money. I don't care who the fuck I'm going to that final against. I want to win. That's money you can't refuse. You can't take down.
But people will turn their nose to that win. There are already people out there who don't count some wins for people because they went up against layups or people that weren't as strong. Now, I understand the need for money and you want that and everything else. At the end of the day, I know why they want Jordan out. Jordan is a strong competitor and he irritates everybody. So I don't think it's just because he's a super strong competitor. I think he just gets on everybody's nerves. So everybody wants him gone.
I'm going to get so much hate for saying this.
Oh, God.
Then don't say it.
Care.
No,
I don't care because it's funny. But like what I said is the same reason why I believe layups make the final, and someone like, and in Jordan's words, the reason why he doesn't want to run a final with Carr is because look at a final record. It's 2-7. But I have a full circle to this. When you look at someone like Carr in the situation and looking at Jordan, they're both good at eliminations, but Jordan is arguably a lot better than Carr is at finals, given their record. Carr is what, 2-9? Jordan's what, 3 for 4? 3 for 4, 3 for 5, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Cara rarely gets lower than second place.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you look at final wins overall, if you
But it doesn't matter. Like, I know that second is the first, last place, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's very rare that Cara gets anything below a second place finish. It's only been semi-recently that she's gotten less than a second place finish.
I know, but to get to back to the full circle thing, if you look at their elimination record, then you look at their final record. Someone like, yes, you see Cara, who has a good elimination record, and you would rather see her in the final. Jordan, who is also good at eliminations, is also good at finals. But what wins money? Finals or eliminations? Finals do. So you would rather see Jordan go into 10 eliminations before you see him in one final.
All right.
I'm done.
That's going to do the episode. Apparently, we're getting a little bit of lag, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining us. Before we get out of here, I do want to open it up for some fan questions. I see you guys popping off. Do you guys have any questions you want us to go ahead and jump into? Go ahead and send it to us now. We'll give you guys a quick minute.
Oh, wow. All right.
Do we want to pick the MVPs for the thing since we are not doing that?
Who would not win the MVP besides Jenna?
Yeah, Jenna wins it.
B. Grizzly. Corey got a better record in the finals than Tori. Laughing face. This is true.
Factual.
Well, see, I only said Cara and Jordan because I feel like they're both the two of the biggest.
Because you're a Cara hater.
No, I'm just saying because they're both dominant in eliminations.
Jordan defender. I'm taking Devin over Cara in the final. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Stop trolling.
See, but the arguments like that make me
Fuck out
sound
of
like
here.
a
Come on.
joke. If Devin wins a final, then it's a whole different story. But until she wins a final, you have to go with someone that obviously has won.
All right, B. Grizzly. I got a question. Why was Nelson acting like a fool tonight? Because he is a fool. I do give him credit that he is recognizing that the conditions of the bunker is driving him crazy. But the reason why he's acting like a fool is because he is one. If it acts like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it shits on your front lawn like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck.
Nelson's unstable. Nelson's always
Oh,
been
whoa.
emotionally
Tell
unstable.
We don't want to comment on other people's mental health. So
Nelson likes to wig out. Look at Dirty 30. Look at any season he's been on. He has moments where he just flips out. I would consider that to be unstable. It's the same thing I would say about Ashley, because Ashley gets that way too. She freaks out over nothing or the littlest things, and you're like, holy crap, this is not that big of a deal. That's kind of how Nelson is. Nelson is basically the guy version of Ashley.
Does anyone else agree that Nelson should be the last person to give relationship advice? Just look at his relationship with Angela.
No.
That was a mess and a half.
Say less. You're right.
I'm saying it. I don't care. They went
No.
on Dr. Phil
Say
for
less.
crying out loud.
Everybody's been saying that.
Yeah, you're 100% right. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Sorry about any issues with the lag. I'm going to figure out a new way to do this. So hopefully that'll be a problem in the past. We won't have to worry about it in the future. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have well over 120 comments in here. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We're definitely going to see you guys next week. On Sunday, me and Tyler are going to be here to do the hit list. Hit list is going to get pushed back to Sunday. Also, don't forget, 224 The Basement is also going live. Make sure you guys visit shop.lwcpodcast.com for all of your Love War Challenges gear. Make sure you visit thechallengegear.com if you guys need to get custom challenge gear. We got Gucci print, Louis Vuitton print, custom names. Anything you guys need, I can make. If you have to, just DM me or just go ahead and go to thechallengegear.com. With that said, thank you guys again for joining us. Boomer, I see you. Love you guys. This has been such a good time. We're only going to do more, and we're going to bring more content, hopefully with a lot less lag next time. Thank you guys for joining us. Bananas, close us the fuck out.
Wait, I thought I was coming on the hit list this week.
You was on last week.
No, Becky was on last week.
I was on last week.
I think we're just going to skip you and find somebody else with better opinions.
Fuck this shit.
Oh!
All right, whatever.
Make sure y'all tune in Sunday. We're going to have a special guest, Antonio, a.k.a. The Bananas Defender. You're close the fuck out, man. I'm fucked
All
up.
right, all right. First episode live in the books. Another great episode, Podstars. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay updated by following us on Twitter and Instagram at LWC Podcast. Join us up on Facebook at facebook.com/LoveWarChallenges. Join our discussion under the challenge subreddit at LWC Podcast. Also, check out our website at lwcpodcast.com. Make sure when you listen to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, give us 5 stars, give us a great review, and most importantly, subscribe. Have a great day, Podstars. Peace. Woo, first one live in the books.
This is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.